Are you ready to have your website get found by the right people? Are you looking to rank at the top of Google so you get more traffic to your website? Are you ready to learn how to use SEO and content marketing to grow your organic traffic? If so, you are in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the Simple SEO Content Podcast, where I show you how to combine the power of SEO, search engine optimization, and content marketing to build your like, know, and trust factor with your audience, which allows you to get found by the right people and turn those visitors into buyers. No more frustration or confusion, and no more time wasted wondering if you're doing your SEO right. It's time to learn how to use SEO and content marketing to grow your business. Hi, welcome back to the Simple SEO Content Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Lindteigen, and today we're talking all about sales funnels. What are you selling? How are you selling it? How does your website help you sell it? So if you're a business owner, you probably have products or services that you're selling. You probably have customers that you service or that you sell your products to. You hopefully have an ideal customer and know who they are and have defined them really, really well. If you have not, go back and listen to the episode all about your ideal customer. How well do you know them? And really get that definition done and create your avatar and all of that so you know who you're selling to. Today, I want to talk about sales funnels, and I want to talk about them in a couple different ways. So I come from the corporate world. I come from a marketing background. So in the corporate world, when we talk about a sales funnel, we talk about 4 stages within the sales funnel and how we're connecting with customers at each stage. So we start at the very top with awareness. They have an idea of something that they're looking for, but they're not really sure what it is. They don't really know. They may be searching for a word like shoes. And so there may be a ton of search volume, like from an SEO standpoint, from a keyword standpoint, but the consumer doesn't really know what they're looking for yet. Then we have consideration. So this is somebody who has a little better understanding. They're a little more familiar with it. Maybe they're looking for women's shoes or women's running shoes. That's actually going to be our next stage. So women's shoes, they know they're looking for shoes for themselves, but they still don't really know exactly what they're looking for. Then we have intent. Now, this is somebody who has a pretty good idea of what they're looking for. They're looking for those women's running shoes, or they're looking for women's Asics gel Kayano running shoes. Like, they know what they're looking for. They're further down the sales funnel. The type content that they need differs from what somebody who's at the awareness stage needs, okay? So we're thinking about the consumer and where are they and what do they need. The 4th stage is decision. This is someone who knows what they're looking for definitively. They're looking for the women's Asics gel Kayano running shoe in a size 8. Like, they know exactly what they want. They're not looking for lots of back and forth on it. Maybe they're looking for it with free shipping. Maybe they're looking for a coupon for it. They're looking for the specific size. Like, they truly know what they're looking for. Again, what they're looking for and what content is going to help them is totally different from somebody who's at the awareness stage, who is just at the very beginning of the sales funnel and they're looking for shoes. So picture an inverted pyramid. At the very top is your awareness phase. There's going to be a lot of search volume. You're going to need content here that's pretty basic and pretty general, and like, how do I put on eyeshadow? How do I create a makeup look? Like, it's going to be very basic. What is makeup? How, what pieces do I need? And then you get into those kind of the decision and the interest, or the consideration and the interest phases. They're a little further down. There's a little less search volume. They have a better idea. So maybe it's somebody who wants to learn how to create a smoky eye, or they want to learn how to do makeup for date night. So they're really looking for something more specific. And then we get into the decision phase. And this is where they're looking for, like, what lipstick goes with a smoky eye, or what color can I do with this, or how do I do that? So you're going to have content that you're creating that differs based on where that person is in your traditional sales funnel. The other thing that we'll sometimes see in a traditional sales funnel is due diligence. This is not as common, but it does happen, especially things like mortgages, banking, and education. These are areas where we tend to see the due diligence phase, and that's like, what's the total cost of a home mortgage? What is the return on this degree program? How long will it take me to get X degree? This is where they really want to make sure that they're getting a return on their investment. They really want to make sure that they're getting what you say they're getting and that it's the right thing. So that's your traditional sales funnel. And you're going to have content that touches each of those steps, because as somebody's moving through the stages, you're getting fewer and fewer people at each level. But as you get down to that decision level, that's usually where your conversion comes in, where they're more likely to buy. Now, in the online world, we hear a lot about sales funnels, and it's done different. So it's not necessarily going at it with the awareness, consideration, intent, decision, and potentially due diligence phases. What we're looking at from a sales funnel on an online program or on our websites, we start at the beginning generally with content. So it could be content tied to one of your stages in your traditional sales funnel, content, and an opt-in. So an opt-in is something that you give your website visitor or your podcast listener in exchange for their email address. And it's something of value to them that will help them move forward and help introduce your product or service as a potential solution. It will help them get used to you as a go-to resource. So your opt-in is something that provides value and is of help to them. So like, for example, in my business, I have multiple opt-ins. My core ones would be the free SEO class where you get to come in and you get to learn a little bit and I show you and you see if you like my teaching style, and the SEO content quick start guides where you learn just a little bit more about how you implement SEO and what you can do and what you can learn and how you can use it to grow your business. So that's your opt-in. From there, they're going to sign up for your opt-in, and then you're going to put them into an email nurture sequence. And we're going to talk about this more coming up in November. We're going to talk about the opt-ins and the email lists and how we do all of this. So coming up next month, we're going to talk a lot about that. But your sales funnel from an online standpoint is going to be your email. So your email opt-in and then into your email nurture sequence. And then at some point in that nurture sequence, you're probably going to introduce your product or service as a solution to the issue that they're having. So what I want you to think about and how you use this and implement it in your business, I want you to think about your ideal customer right now. What questions do they have? What information do they need? How can you help them and move them forward so that they can see results? Because as they're moving forward, they're searching for different things. They're coming through the traditional sales funnel. And if you can offer them an opt-in that gives them value, they'll come in through your online sales funnel, which will help you to build your business and help you to sell more products or services. What I want you to think about as you're creating your products or services and you're creating your content and you're looking at your customer journey and your sales funnels and all of this, I want you to make sure that you're tying your products or services, your content, and your opt-ins all together so that they make sense. If they're disjointed, if you have an opt-in that's about chocolate chip cookies, here's my opt-in now, get my favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe that I've ever made. And your business is about accounting. We're going to go back to the chocolate chip cookies versus accounting example that we talked about last week. So here's my opt-in. It's my chocolate chip cookie recipe. And in my email sequence, I'm going to talk to you all about how I can help you with your accounting. There is a disconnect because I came to you to get a recipe for chocolate chip cookies. I do not expect to get accounting advice because to me, you're not an authority. Why would I want my accountant to give me a recipe for chocolate chip cookies? If it's an opt-in about chocolate chip cookies, I want to maybe get an email nurture sequence that offers me a class to learn how to make other kinds of cookies, or maybe offers me this amazing sheet pan that's going to make the best cookies ever, or maybe ultimately sells me special chocolate chips, whatever it is. It needs to make sense. So make sure you're thinking about your ideal customer, their buyer journey, and the buyer journey that you're offering them through your business. Because if it's disjointed and it doesn't make sense, they're not going to buy from you. You have to make it easy for them to understand who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. All right. If you have any questions, you know how to find me. DM me on Instagram at Etched Marketing Academy. Make sure you go ahead and take the free SEO class, get the SEO Content Quick Start Guide. Look out for the marketing plan template that's going to be coming soon. So you'll be able to get that and start learning how to market your business. I'm here to help you learn. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. That's all for today's episode of the Simple SEO Content Podcast. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you visit my website, etchedmarketing.com, and visit the freebies tab. Right there, you're going to find the SEO Content Quick Start Guide along with the free SEO class. So you'll have everything you need to know to get started with SEO and content marketing. Then do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, if you would do a rating and a review of this podcast on your favorite platform. That would really help spread the message, and I do greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram at Etched Marketing Academy, and I will see you right back here next week.